and welcome to Channel 1.1 News.
Good evening. Welcome to Channel Pompai 1 El Burro Loco. Eeyaw! My name is Jose Tijuana.
My name is Lucas Alvarez.
Tonight's story is developing the Cuban Rebellion. Cuba is a Spanish colony, however, some recent unrest has sparked some troubling developments. For more on this, we go to Pedro.
Thank you, Jose. Cuba is a Spanish colony located 90 miles off the coast of Florida. The U.S. has sugar interest in Cuba because the U.S. owns sugar plantations down there. The U.S. shows sympathy for Cuba because the struggle for independence, because the stories in the two papers were very gruesome. Jose Marti was a poet and a writer who died sticking up for his country. This is Pedro reporting for Channel 1.1 News. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Pedro. Now for a special report on our recent violence in Cuba and information on General Weiler. We go to our special correspondent, Chad Chapman.
Thanks, guys. This is Chad Chapman reporting from Cuba. Standing behind me is General Valerino Weiler, who has caused the death of thousands of civilians by sending them to concentration camps. Valerino, I have some questions for you. The people have given you a nickname called the Butcher. Can you tell us how that came to be? Okay. What exactly was going through your mind while you were doing these horrific actions? Okay. What's your response to the rumors of feeding human remains to sharks and dogs? And there you have it, folks. This has been Chad Chopmup reporting for Channel 1.1 saying, I should have worn my brown khakis.
Thanks, Chad. Chop 'em up. That was definitely starting. Now in Cuba, there's a strategic location that we want, and we are sympathetic for the trouble for independence.
Now to the newsroom to take a look at yellow journalism, impact on war reporting. We're going to go to Mike.
Yellow journalism is based upon sensationalism and crude exaggeration. Joseph Pulitzer.
Sure was a great report about
Shut up, Lucas. We got a mail call.
Here's the mail that never fails.
It makes me want to wag my tail.
When it comes, I want to wail.
Mail! What's this?
It's a letter from Enrique de Pay-Delone, calling our president weak.
Outrageous! We now go to Pedro for more on this outrageous outrage. Pedro?
Thank you, Jose. This morning, the New York Journal printed a private letter calling our president weak and bitter for the admiration of the people. This is terrible. Could this be the factor pushing us to war? Back to you guys.
Wow, that was amazing, Pedro.
More mail.
The battleship The Man had just been sunk.
For more on this, we go to Courtney.
Thank you, Jose and Lucas. This is Courtney. Oh my gosh, I'm in Havana Harbor where the battleship Maine has just exploded. It's crazy out here. There are body parts everywhere. Yes, okay. This just in. There are 266 Americans killed in the explosion. This is crazy. I'm now going to interview Mr. Gump, who was near the ship when it exploded. Exactly what happened, Mr. Gump?
Well, I was shrimping next to the mine when something bit me, and I turned around and body parts were going everywhere. Now, I couldn't tell you what made it explode, but I could tell you how to catch shrimp.
Okay, now Americans are left wondering, was this a bomb or torpedo? Was this a deliberate attack from Spain? Would this be enough to make the U.S. go to war? This is Courtney at the explosion of Maine. And remember Maine and hell with Spain. Back to you guys.
I cannot believe that. People are chanting.
Remember the Maine, the hell is Spain! Remember the Maine, the hell is Spain!
Are we going to war?
Yes, this just in. The U.S. Congress has just unanimously voted to spend $50 million on war preparation.
So we are now at war with Spain. So here's a word from our sponsors. If you're just now joining us, here are 3 things to catch you up. They chopped up people and fed them to dogs. They called our president weak, and they blew up the Maine.
You think you know a country? We now go to the battle in the Philippines. We go to Jorge Hernandez.
Thank you, Lucas. Hi, I'm Jorge Hernandez. Commodore George Dewey has taken a squadron to destroy Spain's battleships in the Philippines at Manila Bay. 20,000 Americans were sent to the Philippines, and along the way, the little island of Guam was taken over. Guam is owned by Spain in the Pacific. The troops that Commodore George Dewey are taking are very untrained and not prepared for war, but are taken anyways. McKinley told Commodore George Dewey to take over these Spanish colonies and that they provide a good naval base, a large market for American goods, and for the U.S. to teach the so-called less civilized. In the newsroom, Jorge Hernandez, Channel 1.1 News, saying back to
Thank you, Jorge. As you know, in the U.S. is fighting a war on two fronts.
In Cuba, there was a battle at El Caney. The U.S. was successful. We now go to Mac Boyd.
Thank you. American troops have been sent to Cuba to aid in the war. The troops are advancing towards Santiago, where they will split into two groups and attack both the village of El Caney and San Juan Heights. The troops sent include the Rough Riders, led by Colonel Leonard Wood, with Teddy Roosevelt as his second in command. The Rough Riders are a flamboyant group of farmers, athletes, cowboys, and Indians. Other troops included are the all-black 9th and 10th Cavalry Regiment. We are expecting both battles to be American victories, but will Santiago surrender? This has been Mac Boyd for Channel 1.1. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mac. Now for some info on Rough Riders. Our special correspondent is with Teddy Roosevelt.
Thanks, guys. I am standing here with Teddy Roosevelt, leader of the Rough Riders. Now, Teddy, who are the Rough Riders?
We are a flamboyant mixture of men who ride horses and win battles.
Now, why did you resign as Secretary of the Navy?
Well, when I was a little boy, I always wanted to be a cowboy. And I saw the perfect opportunity to get my name out there.
And why did you bring a photographer?
So people could remember me.
Oh, yeah.
To be set in history as a man who won the Battle of San Jose.
Now,
The man, I mean.
Now, what is your famous quote?
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Thank you. This is Pedro reporting for Channel 1.1 News. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Pedro. Now the U.S. has some tough decisions. Do we annex these countries, or do we let them go?
For more on this, we go to Drizzy.
Thank you, Jose. Now that the U.S. has won the war, we must decide what to do with these new territories. Teddy Roosevelt, Senator Lodge, and Alfred Mahon are imperialists that say we can build a base and use natural resources from them and justify it through Anglo-Saxonism. The anti-socialists, such as Samuel Gompers and Mark Twain, say that it is a violation of the Declaration of Independence and it is against democratic principles and will increase immigration, and an increase in immigration will lose American jobs. In the newsroom, Drizzy, Channel 1.1, back to you.
Thanks, Drizzy. This just in. The Treaty of Paris has just been signed and the war is over.
The U.S. has decided to annex the Philippines for $20 million and have Cuba as protectorate. This has been Jose Tijuana
And Lucas Alvarez.
of Channel 1.1 El Burro Loco.
Eeeeeah!
Always have a buddy system and watch your back. Good night.